Hello everyone, and welcome to part 10 of Let's Play Kirby's Nightmare in Dreamland. You will notice that my life counter is higher than the last video. I don't know where my score is at, but it's probably also inconsistent. The reason for that is I had to re-record this part, because, well, as you may remember in part 8, that part where my voice turned into, this very low satanic voice, that also happened with this part, except throughout kind of the entire thing, so yeah. Gotta redo this. Oh, come on, shoot some ammo for me, thank you. So yeah, I gotta redo this part, but that's okay, because, last time my voice was also kind of starting to get scratchy. Man, this boss takes forever if you don't have a power. At least it'll, maybe it'll give me an excuse to put the final boss in one video by itself. Because last time I had these last two levels and that in one video, and it went for 12 minutes, but I don't know. By the way, remember when I said earlier about wheel usually being in an area where it's good to use? Yeah, don't use it here. You'll fall off a pit and die. Also, be very careful not to get hit by a burning enemy or a spark enemy, because when you get hit with one of those, the knockback is very high, and you can't save yourself, and you will fall in a pit and die. Here's a fun fact, I've never been able to reach, this cannon here. And it doesn't lead to a button or anything, it just... I don't even know what it does, because I've never been able to do it. Probably just a bunch of one-ups or something. I don't even care. I'm too cool for that. Aw, yeah, level 6. This is gonna blow your mind, folks. Check this out. Oh yeah. This level? Oh man, even as a kid, this was my favorite level, because I was like... I didn't know what game it was picking from. Like, I didn't know what these levels were based on. I didn't know they were based on the original Kirby's Dream Land, because I'd never played that game, or even heard of it, really. But still, as a kid, I was like, whoa, this is different. They're definitely taking from an older game here. That's cool. I've always been a huge sucker for nostalgia, and this is nostalgia the level. If you've ever played the original Kirby's Dream Land, you'll recognize a lot of these stages as very condensed versions of stages from that game. The one that I can recognize right off is I think the one after the one I'm on here. Let's see. Yes, this part. This part is one I always recognize. See, it's got this part where you go up, and then there's spikes at the bottom, and then there's a wall of blocks there. If you've ever played Kirby Superstar, Spring Breeze, I believe it's called, that's kind of a remake of the original Kirby's Dream Land, albeit a lot more condensed. Kinda like these. And that's in Kirby Superstar. And this level ends all too soon. It's very sad indeed. Because we're on the last part right here. There's not much more I can say about it, really, except for, whoa, I don't want that. Cutter. Much better. There's not much more I can say except for one thing. You're missing one more button, and how do you get to that button? Well, the moon is a door. Yeah, you're either gonna get that right away, or you're gonna pull your hair out trying to figure it out. I was lucky and somehow managed to just... I don't know, as a kid I was like, oh, the moon, it looks different, what if it's a door? And it was like one of the times where my weird suspicions turned out to be correct. Yeah, looks like we're gonna go face the final boss anyway. You guys don't mind if this video goes 15 minutes? No, why not? Let's go see who it is. I mean, oh, hey, it's King DDD, without his trademark theme, even though it's in this game. It's not so tough. You just gotta, yeah, gotta be really careful that he doesn't corner you. Other than that, he's not really that hard. Some of his attacks can catch you off guard sometimes, but if you keep spamming, it kind of stuns him if you see that for a second. So he's a really lackluster final boss. Oh, we beat him already. Guess it's time to go save Dreamland and put the Star Rod back. Huh. How sad. How pathetic. How anticlimactic. King DDD, please leave me alone. I just defeated you. You have no place here. Seriously, get out of my face. Put this back. Set right what you've... Huh. Well, that's not normal. It's a... What? I don't understand. What? Huh? What? Yeah, so... Shocking developments. Now we're fighting a bubble. In a very different sort of gameplay style than most of the game's boss fights. You move around and you just keep spamming the A button or the B button. They do the same thing. And this guy's kinda hard at first. I'm making him look pretty easy, but if you don't know his attacks and his pattern, then he's kinda difficult. As you may notice, we're also traveling downward. Yeah, if we reach the bottom of the screen, Kirby dies automatically. So it's a timed battle. See, we keep traveling down, but I'm gonna grab the star and go back up because I don't really feel like dying right now. If you die, you have to start all over. Oh, no wait, no you don't. You get to start over at the bubble. Never mind, what am I talking about? And the bubble reveals itself to be a smudge in the background that we can't really see yet that's shooting stars at us. Okay then. This guy. This is Nightmare. Oh my gosh, Nightmare gave me so much trouble as a kid. I spent... I don't even know how long trying to beat this guy the first time. He just kept kicking my butt. Finally, one day after spending so many hours trying to defeat this guy and kind of memorizing his pattern, one day I finally beat him and it was like the most triumphant day of my childhood. And nowadays I can beat him pretty quickly with no trouble. It's kinda sad. It's because I have his pattern memorized. He always does the same things. Actually, I've never seen him do that early, but I think it's because I damaged him a certain way very quickly. Yeah, that's all it takes, really, but the first time you fight him it might not be so easy. You kinda have to memorize his pattern, otherwise he's gonna get ya. That's it! We beat the final boss of the game, and that is the real final boss, and look! We beat it 100% complete! Now we can choose Extra mode, which I told you about earlier. That's where you only get 3 hit points instead of 6. And the potion things don't heal you as much, they only give you 1 hit point back instead of 2. Because if they gave you 2, it would be just like a tomato. Anyway, our hero Kirby has fought bravely to recover the Star Rod. But King Dedede didn't mean any harm. He certainly wasn't trying to harm the Fountain of Dreams. It all began when the Nightmares appeared in the fountain. The Nightmares rode the currents of the Fountain of Dreams. Wreaking havoc and tormenting the residents of Dreamland. When King Dedede hid the Star Rod, the power source of the Fountain of Dreams, he was actually hiding it safely away from the Nightmares. Borrowing King Dedede's power, Kirby managed to defeat the Nightmares. Now that the Star Rod is returned to the fountain, everyone's dreams will return. So, fluff up your pillow and get ready for a good night's sleep. Isn't that nice? That's a nice ending dialogue there. I like that. And now the Star Rod's back and everything's hunky-dory and it shoots off some stars because, hey, why not? And then there's Kirby. He's like, bye guys. Just a regular Tuesday for me saving Dreamland. And here's the credits where you can actually see some of the boss's attacks that I didn't get to show you because I killed them too quickly. Fun fact about these credits, these are not, these are interesting. This is actually a Kirby fighting the bosses, and there's actually like input happening here. It's not like a recorded movie, and the reason I know that is because back when I used to Game Shark the heck out of all my games, I would set on a code to have Kirby always have one power no matter what, and that would actually carry over into the credits. So like, you would see him stuck with UFO power or the hammer power. He would still be using the same button inputs that are scripted for him, but since he would have a different power, stuff would break. Sometimes the credits will loop, sometimes it'll crash altogether. It kinda just depends on what you use. So if you ever feel like Game Sharking this game, I recommend checking that out because it's pretty funny. But other than that, what more can I say, really? I'm not gonna be playing through the extra mode because it's the same game, only with more deaths and frustration. I think I'm gonna be making an extra video, though, to just show what it's like, kind of, and also show you what happens if you get 100% in extra mode. Because what happens then is sweet. I'm not gonna spoil it just yet. You will see if I decide to make that, and if I don't, well then, tough beans, you can look it up on Wikipedia. That's it for me, guys. Should probably go work on my Ruby LP some more. Been procrastinating on that. And yeah, Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Who would use Backdrop against King Dedede, honestly? Like, it's silly. In the end, and we can play a new subgame, Boss Endurance, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's just a boss rush. And I will see you guys later. Peace out.